What are the biggest challenges with executive hiring in 2025?
Pace in decision making, particularly in our senior hiring. I think we're less likely to take risks. People within the organisation in our senior roles we are seeing less movement in that space. I think people are sort of hunkering down, staying in their roles, etc. So there's less opportunity for newness, new ideas, fresh ideas in that space. But what I think we're also seeing, given all of that, is that when it comes to a hiring decision, which is costly and it is expensive, we aren't fast at making those decisions because we're scared to make the wrong call because it's costly.
Do you know what? I think the biggest challenge, honestly, is people trying to do it for less. And what I mean by that is you get the kind of, the big buzzword is around AI, right? And you get internal teams saying, right, we can do the sourcing, we can do this. As we know, there is a difference between that and exec search. It's not just doing a LinkedIn search. So I would say the ability to source, I'm not saying the right candidates, but candidates for people to see where, and I suppose when budgets are tight, the ability that's probably on the budget. And a shoestring, we know the perils that comes with stuff like that.
I think the obvious one, and if you look around RecFest, I don't know what percentage of it, there's certainly a high percentage of talks are based on AI.
Yeah.
It is a fact that AI is going to impact hiring at every level. How that happens, we're still kind of negotiating those waters. If I relate that to executive search, without being an expert on that, I just feel that there is a greater need for that human interaction at that level.
Certain objectives around ED&I, attracting a diverse talent is challenging on a number of reasons. One, that unfortunately they're rare at the C-suite level, and two, those companies that have them are holding on to them very tightly. So every company, I think, wants the right person in the right role, regardless of gender or bias or anything like that.
I've been in TA 20-ish years, right? I've seen an evolution in that time across TA. I think exec hiring is probably a little bit of a lag. There's still some traditional pieces, it all feels quite formal still, quite measured, quite official, oh no, I can't go and talk to those people, because it still feels a little bit prescriptive in terms of what companies are looking for. I think some of those barriers need to come down. Recruiting in 2025 now is much more about connections, networking, who you know, finding the right way in from a candidate's point of view. And then the companies have more of a framework and a precise way of identifying what the right talent at the right time is for them. With exec, I still think it's probably a little bit lagging in terms of other areas that we see in TA.